Hello and welcome to the Nitwitz podcast. I am Coltrane, or aka Mr. Blam Blam. I am joined also today by my other three co-hosts. I will let you guys introduce yourself.
All right, I will go first. I am Reason Mage Zero, also known as David. Yeah, I'm one of your other co-hosts.
I am Captain Gormless, otherwise known as Eli, and I'm not the brightest of all of us, but hey, we make it work.
I'm Understandable, also Cole, and I'm here, I guess.
Off to a great start.
Right.
All right.
I'd like to mention that my name is actually Colton. I definitely read my own username in Discord and just didn't say my name. So
Fair. That's fair. So what did you guys think of the new Venom trailer that came out recently?
You know, good.
My favorite part out of that whole thing was probably the ketchup scene.
Dude,
honestly, dude,
Ketchup?
yes. Yum,
That was pretty funny.
dude.
I'm not gonna lie though, it did seem I mean, y'all seem pretty excited for the movie, but I don't know. It seems kind of cheesy, you know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Did you ever
Yeah,
actually
I
see the
don't know.
first one?
I did. The first one was pretty good.
I don't know. I was a huge fan of the first one. I just thought
Oh yeah.
Tom Hardy is excellent as Eddie Brock. Like
Agreed.
He's
there
definitely
are few
definitely very
actors
good.
that I like more.
Yeah, like
Um,
I mean, but it's also a Marvel movie, so it's gonna be like somewhat cheesy. I mean, you
no, you're not
can't.
wrong.
can't be
They
a
had
Marvel
they had
movie.
comedy and
Not
stuff. Yeah. That's to be most of the time though. Like the live action like superhero movies have like some sort of like comedy to them. At least Marvel.
Yeah,
I don't
something
know.
to lighten the mood.
Now to also, I don't know why, but I'm in YouTube right now. Just got done watching the actual trailer. And it recommended me to watch the Fantastic Four, but it's a 2015 one.
What?
Did you guys watch the 2015 Fantastic Four?
No.
Actually,
It was hot garbage. Not gonna lie.
I think I did.
Yeah, I liked it at first, but then I was like,
Yeah, it started not being good. I don't even.
Yeah.
It's so hard to remember because it's such a not good movie that I just can't remember what happened in it at all.
I mean, I personally like the one with Chris Evans in it.
The
It
old
just-
ones.
yeah,
That's
just so much
that's
better.
older one.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong.
Those ones are quality movies.
well, so that's
Yeah.
about the only good one that there is.
So
The
Yeah.
second one's okay.
yeah,
Well, the second one was what, the Silver Surfer?
Silver Surfer. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
That
good
was-
movie too.
That was probably honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
I
That was probably my
didn't
favorite
like
one.
that
That probably was my favorite one.
I didn't
But they're
like
not good
that one.
movies. They're not. The movies aren't good. I still probably is my favorite though, just because
Well,
that's the only one I can remember. So that has to be my favorite.
That's fair.
yeah. The reason that I didn't like the Silver Surfer one was because, like, by the time I watched it finally, it was like when I had gotten to the age where I could realize how abysmally awful those movies were.
That's
You're not
fair.
wrong.
Like,
Also-
there was something about the 2000 to 2012-ish area of superhero movies that was just a whole different thing.
Well, now I mean, like all the MCU stuff leading up to the Avengers. That started in like what 2008 with Iron Man.
Dude, that was the
Dude,
best.
I don't
That was
know.
the best. That was the best movie out of the first Iron Man. Was the best movie.
It's a really
I-
good movie.
Man, I
It
don't
was
know.
the
Iron
best.
Man 3 hit different.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Iron Man
good.
3?
All the Iron Mans were really good, in my opinion. I liked all of them.
Well, to be fair, Robert Downey Jr. is just a really good actor.
He's a very good actor,
Fair.
and he really made it.
Yeah.
He did very good. I'm surprised he's not been canceled. Like honestly,
Why?
it.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, you ever seen Tropic Thunder?
Yes, yes.
He made a very good comeback, and he still thinks that movie is hilarious. But he wouldn't be able to do it again though. Not in today.
No, nobody could. I mean, there's.
It was so funny though. It was so funny. On the topic of media, you guys saw, at least I heard that a couple of you saw the Bad Batch, Star Wars The Bad Batch.
Yes.
Dude, it's really good.
It is very good. Now,
I haven't even
okay,
started it yet.
my question. Oh, then I don't want to ask the question.
Okay, don't then.
Yeah, I don't want to
ruin it.
spoil it. Well,
Honestly, I may not even watch it. So
Okay.
you're fine.
Oh my
then
god.
let me ask this question: Did Cole, are you gonna watch it, or have you watched it?
I don't know. That's one of those shows that I could never watch just on my own time by myself.
Fair enough.
But
Okay, then I don't feel too bad asking. Did
Spoilers.
David, did
Spoiler
you?
alert, by the way.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
spoiler alert. I have to start by asking a question. Did you ever watch Star Wars Rebels?
I watched half of it.
Okay, so you know who Caleb is then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, was that Caleb?
Was that Caleb? Let me look that up real quickly. I do not remember.
I want to know if that kid was Caleb, because I'm pretty sure from what he
I don't think-
explained that may have been him.
I don't know. I don't think so, because how did he get to a different planet then? Wasn't he on like a...
He had a ship. I mean, a lot of time did pass.
Caleb is the kid, right?
No, Caleb's the adult Jedi.
The yes. Yes. Let me look it up.
I think my theory is that it was Caleb. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but I think it's Caleb from Rebels. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it is Caleb. His name is Caleb, so it's very easily.
Yeah, I bet you it is then.
It's very easily him.
Yeah.
I think. I honestly think so. This is probably like a prequel to the Rebels.
That makes me happy then.
Yeah, it does. It's very very neat. Very neat. Yeah. But it's such a. Oh man, it's really hyping me up for Star Wars again, man. I'm so depressed. Or not depressed. That's the wrong one. I'm so disappointed in Disney right now. But they came out with this show, and it's. I really don't want to watch it and support Disney right now. But what are you gonna do?
I don't really
what are you
blame
gonna do?
you.
But at the same time, such a good show.
It is, and I just
Oh,
need to
it
like.
is.
I just need to deal with it, because like they release such good shows, but.
Yeah.
They're so like fixated on the way they look to the public that they just like they just drop people left and right, and it's like that's not good. People don't like that.
Yeah.
And they made more, and people even now are starting to like really hate on cancel culture even more than they were in the past. So it's
Dude,
kind of a good thing. We need to get rid of cancel culture.
I don't even want to get into the topic of cancel culture. Oh god.
That's fair. That's fair.
No.
You remember those Halo movies that came out like a while ago?
Halo movies.
I never saw any
Halo
Halo
movies.
movies. I watched
Forward
Red
and
versus
Halo-
Blue.
or Halo
Yeah.
Forward Unto Dawn. Remember that movie where it's like there's like the Marines,
Yeah.
and then like out of nowhere, like a Spartan came out of nowhere and like helped them out. It was a weird movie. It was all right.
I'll have to watch it.
Personally, I didn't like it, but to each their own. I mean,
I've got no clue.
I mean, it was okay. I don't know. It was a fun movie. It's just like a Halo movie. Like when you think of Halo, most of the time, video game movies don't do very well.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
So
true.
it did
say-
way better than I thought it was going to as a movie that was based on a video game.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you create a movie based on a video game, you're almost doomed to fail.
Almost. Not guaranteed, but
Yeah, it's like when
because
you
the movie.
create a
Speaking of Doom,
well, yeah, but I would say, when you create a movie based off a video game, you're taking an experience that's also media, but much more immersive, and moving it to a media that is less immersive. Because video games are more immersive than movies, because to some extent it's like you're experiencing the story yourself.
Well, not only that,
In the story.
not only that, but like if you're playing like a story-based game, somewhat like Halo or even like Call of Duty or something along those lines, if you turn that into a movie, you're taking away the viewer or the player in this sense. You're taking away their ability to make the story their own, because everybody's playthrough, even though it's got the same story, it always plays through a little bit different, because there could be a different enemy at a different point, and you could do exactly. And then now you've got to watch somebody's point of view, how they wanted you to see it, and you can only see it the way that they want you to see it.
Also,
yes, but also Red versus Blue did it good.
Red versus Blue did it very good.
That's not really based on a video game. They have their own story. They just use the same source.
Yeah,
which
that was
Halo.
a series, though. Like, that was... See, another one of the things that's an issue is the amount of hours that go into it. Because, like, what's the average amount of hours for a story-based game right now to play through it?
It depends on the kind of game. Are we talking Are we talking about like Call of Duty? Because that's like 20 hours maybe. You're talking like Red Dead 2. That's like 60 hours. You're talking about like visual novel games. Those are like 250 hours.
Well, any of them, you're taking like 20 plus hours of gameplay at the very least, and turning that into 2.5 to 3 hours of the movie.
If that.
Yeah.
The thing is, the movie is literally just on I think it's Reach. It's about Reach, right? I think it's literally just like the attack on Reach, and that's it. Like they're not like talking about like, it's not the whole thing. It's like they're at a base, and the base gets attacked, and they're fighting in the base, and that's it.
I suppose that wouldn't be too bad, but like,
because like in the games, they're traveling the planet. To like,
that's fair.
But one of the best things about video games is that the amount of hours you can put into them, they go so in-depth into the world. Like, video games are almost, I dare say, more in-depth about worlds as compared to their movies than books sometimes. Because, like, if you've ever read the Lord of the Rings books, those are so incredibly in-depth and very low about it too. Yet
I will say, the Lord of the Rings series, and I've never played it myself, but I've watched Eli play it, and it's one game that I'm not even bored when I watched him play it. Like, I was interested in it. The amount of depth that they put into the Lord of the Rings games, any of them, holy crap, man.
Technically, though, it's not Lord of the Rings, it's just Middle Earth. That's why it's similar.
Right.
Yeah.
But Middle Earth is still, it's still the same.
Yeah, it's the same world, just different stories.
But that just adds so much more depth to...
Yeah. Well, the point, I guess, is that when you're in a video game, you kind of have unlimited time where you can just go into random corners and find obscure bits of lore. Whereas with a movie, you can't do that. It's a set amount of time.
Yeah.
Kind of. Because, like, no one's going to go to a theater and sit down for an 8-hour movie.
I mean...
Well...
I think you're wrong.
Most people wouldn't go to a theater to watch, like, an 8-hour movie. They might watch an 8-hour movie at home in parts and stuff.
Oh, no, I 100% would. I'd go and watch an 8-hour movie.
Yeah,
it
depends on the
movie.
movie.
In a theater, though?
If they had, like, a Star Wars, like, marathon at a theater, oh my god, dude.
I would not.
I would pay $100 for a freaking full Star Wars marathon day at a movie theater with 3-course meal.
I don't even
I would not do that.
I 100% would.
Forget that. Star Wars movies aren't... they're not... It's definitely, like, probably one of, like, my favorite, like, movie series. Yeah. But they're so... I don't know. They're kind of drawn out, and some of the movies are kind of drawn out, you know?
I thought of an exception actually to
What?
my rule, and that's just because I want it so much. I think a Star Wars: The Force Unleashed movie.
Oh my god.
That would be so good.
That would be badass.
Oh!
Or the Old Republic.
Oh, the Force Unleashed. That's the one with the redhead, right?
Yeah, and that's the
Yes.
guy that's
Redhead.
the guy I showed
Yeah,
you
the
last
chick.
night.
Yes, dude. If they made a movie of that with him in it, 100% hands down.
What are you?
Would
wait,
watch
Colton,
over and
what
over and over again.
Redhead are you talking about?
The one from Shameless. I can't ever think of his name.
Wait, are you talking
Oh.
about the new one? Because that's not Force Unleashed.
No, we're talking about. I know you know who I'm
He
talking
is
about.
in the new Star Wars though.
Yes, he's in the new Star Wars game. I don't remember the name of it, but
No, it's not Force Unleashed. It's
No, Force Unleashed is the one with Galen Merrick. It's the one with Starkiller.
yeah, you're right.
What were you thinking of?
You're thinking of the new Star Wars game. What's it called?
The one where they modeled the character after Cameron Monaghan.
Star Wars Jedi.
yeah, the guy I
Fallen
told you about
Order.
last night.
Yeah.
Fallen Order. He's not a redhead.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. This is what.
He's got brown hair.
It's kind of a reddish brown though.
I don't know, man.
Bro, look at. Hold up. Let me pull one of these images and.
Okay, maybe it is redhead. I don't know. I don't know.
He definitely is. Yeah, he's redhead.
Hold up. All right, I dropped it into. Actually, that's.
Yeah, it is Fallen Order. It is Fallen Order.
Schedule and info. Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep.
That was good. Did you guys play it?
No, I have not.
I've not played it.
It's kind of like, this is really like you're gonna get mad, but it's kind of like Dark Souls the way it plays.
That's
Not bad.
awesome.
That
I'd say
would be
it's
a
probably-
cool Star Wars game.
From what I've seen, I'd say it's probably more like Sekiro than Dark Souls.
It's one of those kind of games. One of those kind of games.
Well, I hated Sekiro. I love Dark Souls. I hated Sekiro. Just because it forced me to play a different way than I was used to, and I couldn't learn it.
Yeah, because Sekiro, it's like you go in and like you have to like do stuff like hardcore. Where with Dark Souls, you kind of got to take it slower, right?
Not necessarily. You can take Dark Souls quick. It's just not easy.
If you
Well,
have a memory like
you
Cole, you could do it.
No, I could do Dark Souls incredibly quick. The issue with Sekiro is that you can't even think about fights in the same way that you would in Dark Souls. Like, in Dark Souls, you can go into a fight with, like, 5 separate people and be completely fine. In Sekiro, anytime you're fighting multiple people, you're likely to take damage. Unless you're one of the people who's super used to the game already.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how a lot of Dark Souls-like games get their replayability, is the more you get used to the game, the better you are at just obliterating things.
That's fair.
Like
I don't
in
know.
Dark Souls 3,
Maybe
I
I'm just-
beat the Nameless King almost first time every time.
Maybe
Or
I'm
first time almost every time. Whatever.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something that I want to talk about, which
Yes?
the video may be coming out sometime soon, may never come out. Maybe, I don't know.
Video.
Our camping trip, which actually happened last year, which we never talked about,
No, we really didn't.
which I think deserves a little bit of attention.
It was kind of.
Yeah.
It didn't end up how I wanted to end up.
It
I didn't.
definitely
think that was
did
gonna happen
not.
the way it did.
It was so scuffed, though, that it was.
About it.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
heard anything about it.
All
The
of
fact
it.
that
And all the freaking
Zach-
footage with David.
Zach almost caught himself on fire with gasoline,
Did. He's like, now let me show you how to start a fire.
and he throws gas
Oh my
on an
God.
open flame.
Oh my god.
Which
Well, he
of
poured gas all over the big like fire, like the big bonfire. He poured
Yeah.
gas all over it, and we're kind of cutting ahead, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
finish the story. He poured gas all over a fire. There was already flames in it, and he's like, "Yeah, the flames will spread," and it almost didn't. And then he's like, "Watch this." and he threw gas on the flame, and it caught the gas that hit the flame, plus all the gas that was in the rest of the bonfire that was already lit, or that was already there, and it just kind of exploded in a big fireball. And he hit, like, he dove back just in time. Otherwise, he would have definitely like lost his hair, all the hair on his face.
Okay, now mind you, that was a big explosion, but there's a bigger one later. Now,
Yeah.
What?
when we first started like this whole thing, right? This whole thing started out as we were going camping out at our buddy's Talus house, right?
His
And-
parents' house.
yeah, his
they
parents'
have a
house.
farm.
Yeah. And the whole thing started with going to Walmart. And we had like this strict budget that we went way over in the end. And we bought...
By like 50 times, dude.
Yes, I know. So we went and bought like these like Ozark Trail tents, like the Walmart brand, outdoor brand tents. We bought like the dehydrated meals, a backpack, filled it with random gear, bought a bear bell because definitely thought that was necessary.
Yeah, the bear bell works.
The
We
bear
didn't have
bell,
any
yeah.
bears.
Yeah, we did not have any bears.
As long as you don't leave any food out where they can smell it, they should leave you alone.
Well, they don't
There's-
have bears where they're at. It was mostly like, oh yeah, there's gonna be coyotes and like foxes and like that
Which-
kind of
Bears
stuff.
in general don't tend to bother people that much.
And it was funny because almost everybody had a gun on them because of all the animals. Because there was like packs of coyotes. I looked outside the tent in the middle of the night, and they were probably like 50 feet away, just on the other side of the fence. Like
Yeah.
they were not that far away.
No, not at all. But anyway, so we pull up in my truck, and which is just loaded down with a tarp in the covering all this crap in the bed of the truck. Brought so much gear that we didn't even need just for the meme. And we walk over. We're trying to get set up. It takes me like 10 years to pitch my tent because apparently I don't know how to pitch a tent. Eli's got his tent up in like negative 10 seconds. I'm like, how are do? Please show.
Mine was up, like mine's twice the size of what yours was too.
I know. and we also got blow up mattresses, but these little hand pumps. So I sit here for like 10 minutes pumping up my goddamn mattress.
And then Cody got the pump and started spraying it in people's pants.
Dude, oh my god.
Colton got so fucking salty over it too.
Oh,
Dude, it was annoying. He was putting
He
like
started Colton got it sprayed in his pants, and he stood up and turned around and swung like a fist at him. And Colton, being like the klutz he is, he took him like 12 seconds to turn around. So we saw from a mile away that was gonna happen, and Cody just kind of like stepped back.
oh goodness.
So anyway, then we also brought to the what happened?
He must have misclicked.
Yeah, I misclicked.
Ooh.
Okay.
Anyway, Eli, I'll let you tell them about our makeshift grill that you made.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh,
So
Still
we-
using it.
We're
Still
gonna
using
backtrack
it.
a little bit. Yeah, we still use it, but we're gonna backtrack. Back whenever I think it was our Halloween party, we bought a fucking keg, which, by the way, didn't even get like quarter of the way drank. That's besides the point. I had a great idea, so I cut the top off of the keg and turned it into a grill by like drilling holes in it and welding some screws that are still there for the to hold the grate. And we took it down there, and it got so hot the bottom of the fucking keg was glowing red.
Now it's rainbow.
Egg into
That was
a
rainbow. It was
makeshift
heat treated.
grill.
Yes, it functions and it works really well.
That's
was-
impressive.
It was originally supposed to be a smoker.
Yeah, it's just too small.
Turn it
I'm
into
sure
a
you can get it to work.
forge.
Anyway, so we got this keg out here, and we start the little fire in it so that we can cook food later. All the while, we're trying to get this huge brush pile to light on fire. After multiple attempts from many people just failing and sputtering out, this is when Zach steps in. He's like, "I'll show you how Vermonters start a fire." And
He
that's
almost killed himself.
yeah, it blew the whole thing up. That fire went out, and Cody, being Mr. Boy Scout, was, I'll show you how to start a fire. So he dumps like the rest of this 5-gallon tank of gasoline all over this fire, right? Standing way too close the whole time, and still couldn't get it to light. So he finally lights a branch on fire and threw it on top, and the whole thing all at once just and, like, all you see on the GoPro footage for that one scene is just this dark, huge flash of light and fire. And everybody freaking out going, what the fuck was that?
And it was so
Wow.
okay.
That's
On
fun.
top of that, it was terrible because like it was just gonna be us, like us three, Colton, Eli, me, and like there was gonna be Cody. Well, I didn't even know Cody was coming until like last second. And then who else came? Zach, obviously.
Zach.
Okay, and then Talos and his girlfriend wanted to come as well, and I'm like, sure, why not? Right? It was just gonna be us. It was just gonna be us. We were all gonna camp, and we were gonna go out in the field. We were gonna go out in the field. Well, turns out his parents were like, "Oh, you can borrow our tent." I'm like, "Sure." And so they set it up right outside their house, like right in the yard. I'm like, "Okay, I guess this is where we're doing it." And then because they were gonna have a bonfire, their parents had planned to do the fire, but apparently they had told their daughter that they were going to invite them over to do the fire as well. And so they brought their kids along as well. And so there was just kids running around, which is really annoying. And then they brought their friends along. One of them was probably like 400 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Some 400-pound woman just showed up, and everybody started shitting on her. It was kind of fucking amazing.
That's horrible, but I mean,
it was bad, but at the same time, like, oh god.
Kind of fucking hilarious.
I mean, that's one of the things that I feel like that would really irritate me, though, is that you're just gonna have this.
It's gonna be like the
little
6 of us
gathered
or 7 of
with,
us,
Yeah, you just
and then
gotta
like
have a small group and then-
18 people showed up. Like, why? That really pissed me off.
It's a unfun gamer
that
Right.
moment.
grinded my
Not
gears.
gamer moment. Very
Yeah.
not gamer moment.
What, Eli?
That grinded my gears.
Oh, yeah.
I was definitely looking away from my mic, so I do apologize.
You're right.
I gotta say,
Anyway, the bonfire finally gets lit and, like, stays lit.
yeah.
And it burns down to, like, this very small fire very quickly.
I mean, there was a lot of gas.
Yeah.
you need to light wood on fire.
Right.
You know?
Mind you, this very small remainder stayed lit until the morning.
Yeah, we walked out and it was still burning.
Yep.
But
It was really warm.
Aside from the fact that you're not supposed to leave fire burning unattended ever.
They had the wood. There was wood around the fire, like to kind of like keep it in,
railroad ties.
railroad ties. Yeah, and they started to burn, and everybody's like, "Don't breathe in the smoke. They're toxic because of all the chemicals that keep it from weathering." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." So let's put out the fire that's lit in the railroad tie, so y'all start pissing on the fire.
It smelled so bad, man.
It smelled horrible. We all just kept peeing in this, like...
All this burning fucking railroad tie.
we didn't have anything
Also-
else.
Do that.
Nah, so fucking, we had brought a couple like little bundles of wood to burn in the keg. Is our cooker, and so we had our pot over in the big bonfire boiling some water, which was an all metal pot. And then David throws a fucking entire like little bundle of wood in this keg, throws some fire starter in it, and just throws a match in it. And it got so hot that you couldn't be within like 5 freaking feet of it, otherwise you'd start cooking. And then it started glowing.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Oh man.
Good, it was
You know,
so...
love-
The
Dude,
best part...
that's Dude, that's like when my monkey brain comes out, Neanderthal brain comes out. Fire, fire good, fire hot, fire good.
Yeah, so Eli, being the culinary genius of the group, we had brought a like real
Pound of beef.
cheap skillet, what do you call it? Cast iron skillet with us, and a pound of beef. No seasoning, no buns, no cheese, just a pound of beef.
And we brought stuff to make s'mores as well.
Yeah. So his genius idea to flavor the meat is to throw bits of chocolate in the meat.
Yep.
And
chocolate beef.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't good, but it was way better than I expected it to be.
Oh
I
yeah.
have one question to start with. I have several questions, actually. I have one question to start with, which is only 1 pound of beef between all of you? Like,
We were actually gonna plan on making like smash burgers, but we completely forgot everything for the burger part.
Yeah.
We got
1
caught up in
pound
the
of
camping aisle.
beef was, like,
And spent
presumably
way too
5
much.
guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we also had the dehydrated meals, which are actually really fucking good.
yeah,
Yeah,
they really
pretty
were.
Expensive as all hell, but they were really
Yeah,
good.
they're way too expensive, but definitely worth
At that point,
the
we should
eat.
have just went and loaded up on MREs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Ideas for our next camping trip.
Did you know
Yeah.
that MREs are technically illegal to sell to the civilian population?
Interesting.
I
Huh.
think you're talking about specifically military.
Yeah.
The civilian can go on base and buy military MREs from the fucking store.
I mean,
Yeah, they're technically not allowed. On the packages, it even says, not meant to be sold to consumers, or something like that.
not meant to be sold to civilians, probably.
Yeah, something along the lines of that.
Not for civilian consumption.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's weird. I don't know. But I mean, MRAs are just meals ready to eat. But like when you think of an MRA, you're like, oh yeah, military food.
And there's some of them that are actually really good.
There's also some of them that are really, really bad.
That's also true.
Like,
Bro.
really bad.
That
Uh,
is-
Bro, I wouldn't be able to go camping by myself on just one account of the fact that I suck at cooking, unless I have a recipe and a kitchen.
Dude, I love cooking, dude.
I can't cook outside of a recipe, ever.
Dude, grilling is so much fun.
Very rarely do I use recipes.
I suppose I could grill.
Eli's like, recipe? Well, that's the idea. Now I'ma do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I've only ever been disappointed. I shouldn't even say disappointed. Just like, there was only ever one meal that he made, and it was like when we first got my house, and we made chicken. And this chicken, like, the seasoning's good, the chicken itself was good, but it was just really, really over seasoned.
Yes.
It was like more seasoning than chicken. And like, you could eat it. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your guys' thought on Resident Evil Village?
I've seen so many Thomas the fucking
I don't know.
the Thomas the Train, not taking the fucking mods for it, and then now there's a Barney one.
I think he is the tank engine.
I'm just
So,
more
Yeah,
into the woman, you know?
I mean, I'm not into horror or any of that kind of genre of games. at all.
People have added mods to where, like, I think it was a knife, and they made it into a fly swatter, and they ran up to the big, like, Dommy Mommy chick and spanked her with the fly swatter.
horrible.
times, dude.
That's horrible. But that's
I want to.
awesome.
I want to get that game. It seems like a fun game.
I just want it for
Yeah, I know.
the mods. I want to beat up Barney.
I want it for the memes.
Beat
you
up
know?
Barney.
I want to beat up Barney.
Shoot him down with a 44. No more purple dinosaur.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome. Nah, I mean, that and a new game that we recently all started playing, which is GTFO. It's just ridiculously hard, but so
It's
good.
difficult. It's
Oh
so-
man, dude! Like the in depth of it is so good, though.
Oh yeah, it's quite great.
Yeah, GTFO, the only issue I have with it is that at times it seems like it's a little too hard, just because like it doesn't give you enough to get through the area.
That's why you're supposed to play it strategically, and we definitely aren't good, so that also doesn't help.
Well, but
It's
like,
fair.
I would like for the option to be able to get through it without being, a chess grandmaster or something.
I mean, I understand that concept, but I also think the creators of GTFO definitely looked at the game in the sense of there are so many games out there that are that way. Like, if you wanted to go in and just shoot zombies, then why not go play Call of Duty Zombies? Is their kind of like outlook on that. So they made a game where you can't do that. Like, you have to pay attention and talk and communicate with your squad and make sure that everybody shares ammo and tool packs and uses things wisely.
I feel like they could do that, like, without making it like we were the other day, where we get to practically the end, and the only option we have is to fight a horde, and we get obliterated by the horde because we all are already out of ammo.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair,
To be fair,
I think they should add a new tool, and like in place of the foam or turrets or something, and they should have a supply kit.
There different ones on each tier, by the way. Each map has different weapons.
Well, yeah, but I
that's
feel
a
like
weapon. We're talking about
they
supplies.
should add
and
a
stuff.
supply kit for the tools so that you have the option to go in with, like, I don't know, 3 ammo pack usages, kind of.
Understandable.
Maybe,
At the same
It would be
time,
way too hard without those tools, though.
yeah. At the same time as well, like, we are not very far into playing that game, and there are a ton of different boosters that you can unlock that can way change the outcome of like what you're doing. Like, some of the ones I've seen so far, like, give you better health and like more damage on your gun, or you get bonuses when you're near a certain object, or
yeah, I think I got one the other day when we were playing together. I got one that like increases your damage while you're near, like, within 8 meters of another player.
exactly. And you're usually all pretty close together.
Yeah.
And then I also got one that was like, you get like 15% damage bonus if you're near a glow stick. So, I mean,
Only issue with that is if you don't get a glow stick, they'll rip you.
well, yeah, but like at the same time, we don't know, because so far the only ones we've seen are the muted and like the low level and the mid level boosters. I'm sure there are like god tier boosters that really do change the game.
I mean, I have an aggressive booster that will change it a lot as I'm using it.
Exactly.
Eli, your voice is going a little robot there.
Oh, yeah, I'm leaning back.
Speaking of other games that we recently all just got, I know Eli just played his first match of it. Enlisted.
Absolutely insane on it.
Enlisted. Such a
It's so
good
much
game.
fun.
Won 115-7.
Holy crap.
Bro, the amount of customization in that game, the amount of like, because you can change up which troops have which perks in each regiment that you can control, or each squad.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, the weapon customization as well. I mean, like, not skins or anything, but like choosing which part of your squad has which weapon and which equipment, and like the level of that character and what he's able to do and use. So in depth.
Making sure my sniper has a Molotov cocktail on him all the time. That's fun.
Exactly. Or you could change that to be whatever you wanted, so long as you were high enough level to unlock the gear.
Yeah. My only issue My only issue with Enlisted is since it's still kind of early, it's having issues with like hit registry, or registering, whatever. It's having issues with when you shoot people, it actually shooting them instead of shooting the air 5 feet to their right.
Yeah, it just comes down to also internet lag as well. Just
well,
the
and
latency
you
stuff.
still have to realize this is a relatively new game.
It's a very new game.
So,
Well,
like the beta's been out for a little while, but I mean, big YouTubers and everything are just now like getting into the game and showing off parts of the game. So
yeah.
It's not bad. I definitely do realize the shooting problems as Cole was stating.
The gameplay is really good, though. Like, the core gameplay, the way that you match up equipment with what squads you're playing as, the way you can, with engineers, you can build spawns closer up to the points and everything. The core gameplay of that game is really good.
oh yeah, like the actual and the like. Obviously, it's not gonna be like 100% historically realistic, but it's very cool to like go in and you're actually like unloading from the boats on D-Day and you have this massive number of like men that may not, some of them are controlled, some of them are AI, but you just watch this huge number of guys storm the beach and either A, watch them like push up and take something, or just absolutely get mowed down.
Yeah, one of the scariest things was spawning in one of the boats and then like not a second after I had left the boat, I immediately got sniped in the head.
Yeah.
And that was just like
It's even better. We were playing one of the like the city maps or whatever, and we spawned in and we ran to the main road, and there was the enemy like on the same main road down on the other side, and it had to have been like 15 to 20, just like of like I think you're the axis, so it was like 15 or 20 like Russians just on like a barricade, and we run up to the barricade and we wipe every single one of them out. It was a top tier moment.
It was pretty good.
It's the best when you throw a grenade and you kill like 12 people.
Yes, or like throwing grenades into bunkers and shit, just poof, and you're dead.
My favorite moment was when we were on the snow map. I was inside a house in the top floor, sniping all the way across to A, all the way across the frozen lake, and it was great. I was hitting shots. I was taking people out from long distance.
Like, I think it's a good game for like a good FPS game for players who have never played FPS before, because it makes it as much as like the latency like doesn't help with aiming. It's very like new FPS gamer friendly, I'd say.
This is true.
Free.
It is also free, which is also really good, and it's released. I think it's produced by Gaijin, which did War Thunder, which is another free game. Very fun game as well, and it's a very, very good studio, I'd say.
Yeah, Enlisted is definitely really good.
Okay, but running people over in tanks is amazing.
I have not driven tanks.
I've yet to drive a tank as well. I want to fly a plane. I just got a plane, by the way. We just got planes.
That's amazing.
We just got planes at level 3. Yeah, at level 3 you get a plane.
Bro, I want one.
Or maybe it's level 4 you get a plane. Bottom line is, I have a plane.
4.
I have a plane.
I want a plane now.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
Italian.
It's very, like, pay to win. You can win still without paying, but you can get way better stuff when you pay.
Yeah, but, like, it doesn't... Even if you have a ton of better stuff, you can still get pinged across the map by some
like zero star Car 98 Car 98K with the scope. Dude, that gun is like the best gun in the game until you get like the MG34, MG42 kind of deal.
Right. It's you can pay to have more stuff, but you can't necessarily pay to win because it doesn't give your character any like actual significant benefit or like advantage over the other team.
It gives you just as much advantage as you could possibly have in an actual war zone where the only advantage is seeing the enemy first.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's only like a handful of guns that are like, if you have this gun, you're going to be winning hard that game, and that is otherwise. I say it's like the MG42, MG34, and the car or like the Springfield scoped. Just like just the scoped weapons and like the heavy machine guns, you're going to be annihilating all game.
Oh yeah.
I just want the bar.
Yeah.
I just want my fully automatic 30-06 rifle.
That's amazing.
I want it too.
I was looking it up the other day just because I got interested in it after watching. I watched the Russian Badgers video on Enlisted, and that's what got me interested in the game in the first place. But I was looking up the bar and stuff about it, and I think it said that the whole thing was something like 18.4 pounds.
Yeah, it's a very heavy gun. There's the different variants too, like the very first variant was super heavy and stuff, and it had a bipod on it, but you could like detach the bipod. And there was like the A2 variant, which like had a non-detachable bipod, and everybody hated it, so they got rid of that pretty quickly, I think. And I think that the last version they used had a detachable bipod, and they made it lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know super specifics about it, but that's all I know. That's all she wrote.
Y'all just ever drink water?
I'm actually craving water, and I don't have a bottle on my desk for once, and it's very annoying.
I came prepared. I have a cup of water on my table, and now that you've mentioned it, I have to drink.
I like it that it was used in the U.S. military, like when it first came out, which is 1918. At least that's when it was like first in service, 1918.
It was
and it was used up through the early 70s.
It was first produced technically in 1917, but yeah, it was only used 1918.
It came into service in 1918.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty badass gun.
Speaking of World War II, speaking of World War II guns, I absolutely cannot wait until I get myself that nice freaking French gun.
Oh yeah, they're fairly cheap too. Fairly.
Yeah, I just want to drop into a trench and see like 5 people fire twice and have the trench be empty.
Yeah.
Like that'd be optimal. Also,
What's
I
it,
want
the
1911 handgun, just like the look of it itself is just so satisfying.
It's iconic, dude. It's like incredible. It's why I think I decided that I want that to be my first gun, since I'm already pretty close to my 21st birthday. I can actually get a handgun, and I was thinking for my birthday I would get myself a 1911 for my first gun.
They're so expensive, but they're so nice.
Yeah.
Expensive,
Yeah. My very first handgun I'm gonna get when I turn 21 next fucking year, by the way.
Bro, I turned 21 this year. Get wrecked.
I'm gonna get a SIG P226, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, very nice handgun. I really like it.
Very nice, yeah.
I
want to,
Yeah, well, I don't want to get too, like, political or anything, but, like, gun laws, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid that topic there.
Yeah, sadly.
It has nothing to do with, like, oh, yeah, like...
One thing we can talk about is how upsetting it is. Like, it's, even though it's kind of bittersweet, how upsetting it is that we have to wait to get more ammo for the guns.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
annoying.
Ammo shortage, holy crap.
Yeah.
It happens every single time a Democrat gets voted in office. That's just how it goes. And COVID didn't help either.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
No,
what's been-
COVID did not help.
It's always like a year after the Democrat gets a vote into office is when there's like a shortage, and then normally like goes back to normal. But like with
Always
COVID,
spikes.
did not help at all.
Well, it always spikes definitely whenever gun control becomes a big topic of debate. Ammo and gun sales definitely skyrocket around then because people are like logically thinking, "Hey, I want to buy more stuff because
Before we're not allowed
won't
to.
be able to buy it later or something." But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that the ammo shortage is there, but at the same time, I think Colton was saying something the other day. At the same time, it's kind of something to feel proud about that there are a lot of new first-time gun owners, like more than ever before, and it's really cool to see people getting interested in guns because they're really cool.
They're cool. I honestly, I don't see like, I don't know. I'm not gonna really get into it, but it's kind of annoying the way people look at guns like they're evil, and it's like,
Yeah. Well,
and it's like
going
been like that.
going
Yeah.
back a pace, you had mentioned COVID, and we are finally starting to see things open back up and like restrictions lifted.
Lord.
Like, hopefully,
I'm not sure you want. Sorry.
I was gonna say, hopefully, we can actually start getting out and like creating more content and maybe start regularly producing content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, I feel like a huge hindrance, and like we had this idea because we were stuck at home and we had nothing else to do. So our first thought was like, dude, we could finally like set up a gaming group of our own and maybe start doing stuff with that. But we started it at absolutely the worst time because as soon as we started it, COVID was like, nah, lockdown, don't go outside.
Yeah.
I just want to mention another thing is that with the masks and everything, it makes it really hard. Like when Eli was showing me how to edit and everything, the video that we were using for a sample, it's really hard to hear your guys' voices just because like you can still hear your voices. It's just kind of muffled, and
Yeah.
when you and Zach were further away, it's really hard to. The sound just doesn't travel as far.
Yeah, it's essentially like having a like, what do you call that? Like a windscreen in front of your mouth, but it's too thick to talk through.
I just realized I'm wearing 2 different socks.
Don't
It
do
did be
that.
that way.
Sorry, that's a bit of a.
I am also wearing 2 different socks.
Yeah,
I'm just not wearing
different
socks.
sock gang.
I'm just not wearing socks or clothes. You know.
Uh,
Well,
What?
that's interesting.
just not wearing clothes. This is why. Well, all right.
What? Don't look at me like that. Don't.
Don't look at me like that.
Don't look at me like, because yes, I'm definitely looking at you right now.
Use you, dude. Christ.
No, he can just tell from the tone of your voice how you're looking.
Just butt naked recording the podcast.
Hey, how would
Dude.
people never know?
Exactly. Me
They'll
saying
never
it.
know. They're gonna know.
They're gonna know now.
Yeah.
They would never know.
All right, boys. Well, we are coming up on an hour, so is there anything else anybody
Dang.
wanted to add, or?
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, maybe not add, but like, all right. What is your ideal woman?
What?
What?
You feel me? You hear me? You hear me? You heard me? Are you
Bro,
into
I
like those goth chicks? Are you into small women? You into those Dommy Mommies, as they say?
Dommy Mommy?
Definitely
What
like
are we-
my icebreaker
what are we
question
talking about?
more.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you guys the other day what your favorite flavor of ice cream was, just as one of those random questions that you ask people. I like
Yeah.
that question more.
I do like that question more. I'm gonna
Why are
answer
you
that
so
question
afraid?
right
Why
now.
are you afraid? Why are you afraid
Afraid of what?
of answering my fucking question?
I never said I was afraid.
Well, then fucking answer it then.
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say here, Bill.
Good God,
Colton,
man.
you answer.
Blonde and very nice and takes care of my dogs. um, basically the woman I'm with.
Aww.
Wow. Basic.
Basic
I mean-
bitch.
What about you, Cole? What about you?
Me? Probably the three things I look for most would be, obviously a personality that I can get along with, someone who's relatively
Right.
friendly,
B.I.
someone who's. I think I also value someone who's loyal. Obviously, I'd want someone who's not got an incredibly long rap sheet per se.
Why not?
Well, because I don't know if you've had a lot of relationships and all of them haven't worked out or to end at some point. That to me that just seems like you can't either you can't hold a relationship or the relationship just doesn't mean that much to you.
Hey, fair enough.
Like
Fair enough.
to me that just doesn't. I don't like that. And then third thing I would say is probably obviously someone who is third thing I would say, which should probably be the first thing, is I'd want someone who is a Christian as I am, just because that's like, it's a shared worldview. It kind of helps
Yeah, it does.
found the relationship,
That's
it
fair.
helps
That's
it
fair.
be grounded in something where you both can kind of see the world from this, not the same perspective, obviously, because everyone has a different perspective, but where you're both looking at issues through the same kind of lens,
Fair.
Yeah.
So that'd probably be my top three
There you go.
things that I
Yo.
look for.
David,
Yes,
answer your own question.
I will.
bitch.
I will answer my own question. I like it when they're about the same height as me, right? Maybe taller even,
That's
right?
not hard.
Okay. What do you mean it's not hard? I'm not even that short. You're fucking a giant compared to me.
You are tall as fuck.
My brother's taller than I am.
You're okay. Your brother is like a mountain man. All right, calm down.
Not wrong.
I like it when there's like defined abs, okay? I like that.
What the fuck?
What?
Hey, you like what you like, man. That's the way I see it.
That's fair.
I like what you would call. This is why I brought it up. The Dommy Mommy, dude. That's what I like.
Oh no.
Dommy Mommy?
Oh,
Oh, yikes.
I don't like it.
What?
That's amazing. I love you.
What's wrong with that? I think
Absolutely
that's
nothing is wrong with that, David.
There's
think it's
nothing wrong with
badass.
what you like.
Absolutely nothing is wrong with that.
I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then
I'm
yeah.
looking for. That
You
is,
do you, boo boo.
I will do me and her.
I think in that case she does you if you're calling her a Dommy Mommy.
Hey, that you know what? Good,
Oh lord,
good.
Oh my
Amazing.
that is
Amazing.
god.
I want to dominate a giantess. That's what I want to do. All right.
The fuck?
I want to conquer a giant. That's
You
what
want
I want
some-
to do.
You want some death by Snoo Snoo?
That's what I want.
Oh my god.
What?
Dommy Mommy. That's
Dommy Mommy.
that is the name of this podcast right there.
Dommy Mommy.
Dommy Mommy.
The title of this podcast, I Want a Dommy Mommy. Oh no.
I want a Dommy Mommy.
Oh no. Eli, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah, Eli never answered the question.
Honestly, I've got what I want. Like, otherwise,
Fair.
I wouldn't have been in this relationship for fucking.
Well,
4
okay,
years.
just because I want that doesn't mean I can't enjoy like someone else. Okay, that's just my preferences, right?
Fair.
So it's like I'm fine with shorter women. I'm fine with, I like that. Like they don't have to be like the most fit. Like
Right.
it's just like it's just my. If I could have the perfect, in my opinion, that is
Like
it.
if you could go to Build-A-Bear, but for women.
Yeah, if you can objectify women, that is what I want.
If you were allowed to.
If I'm allowed to objectify
So
women, that's what I want.
horrible.
Now, I'm not saying you can't be very attractive in any other way, because you most definitely can. I also like short Asian women, all right? That is what I like as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But it's going to, but it's hard to find it's hard to find Dommy Mommy Asian women, all right?
Oh my god, David.
What?
Amazing.
Oh, this is why we love you.
This is what you call quality content.
Yeah.
All
it
right.
is.
All right, boys. We are now over an hour, so I say we call it good there.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All
that's
right.
fair.
End on
Bye.
a nice note right there.
Yeah, end on a great note.
End
Well-
on a great
Love
note.
Truck is life.
This has been the Nitwitz podcast, and we'll catch you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.